and I'm happy with our new and improved IVIG game plan. Oh, Mom, do you want to tell them how you think I'm improving from the IVIG? Hello, you say good morning to the people. Say good Monday morning, everyone. You're so cute. Good morning, y'all. I just real quick want to say thank you for embracing the fact that I share all aspects of life with chronic illness. I don't hide when I get upset or frustrated. I try to be as honest as possible with y'all. And of course, I always want to share and highlight the small victories that I can celebrate. And I love taking y'all along on this journey with me. Back a few days ago when I was really frustrated about the transition with the new feeding tube and just feeling overwhelmed, y'all were so supportive, and a lot of you really appreciate the fact that I'm trying to be as realistic as possible with these videos. So thank you. I appreciate it. I love being honest with y'all, and I love having y'all join us on our adventures. So anyways, today I have an appointment with one of my specialists to sort out IVIG, intravenous immunoglobulin, because the last time did not go so well, and we really need to figure out how to get this treatment to work, because it's kind of really the only option to help my immune system to become stronger and to regulate itself more effectively. So I'm hopeful. This is a good doctor of mine. We're gonna go in and come out with a better game plan. That's what we were leaving behind. Oh my god. Oh god. Neither of us realized. Well, Harlow looks comfy for a long car ride. She shoved her head in the door and seat. She likes to have a place to rest her head, but I don't see how that's comfortable. I made some calls to my home health company, and they're gonna send me the correct supplies for the correct brand of feeding tube I have, which is AMT, again, by the way. I still think that's funny. I thought I had a Mickey GJ, but I have AMT. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, all is well, and we are almost to the doctor. Another day, another doctor. Harlow's being a good dog. Well, we had a great appointment. Are you confident with the outcome, Mom?
Very much so.
Yeah, we talked about a lot, so I will update y'all when we get home. Made it home, and the solar eclipse should be happening soon. They said it'll happen in our area between 1 and 3 p.m. and it's 1:30, so we'll see. I'm excited for the eclipse, but I'm not gonna go out and stare directly at the sun. Heard that's not good for ya. And I was reading online, there was actually some stuff saying that animals could have eye damage from the eclipse, and I got worried about Harlow. I was actually gonna leave her home, but then some people pointed out that animals don't stare at the sun. They have this instinct not to do it because it's not good for you. So I'm actually not worried about Harlow anymore, but if I am concerned for her safety, of course I will take precautions, but we're just gonna hang at home and wait to see the eclipse. Well, so far there's still no eclipse. Maybe it's too sunny in Florida to happen. Just kidding. Anyways, Harlow, lay down. So we accomplished a lot at this. Okay, just sit on me then. So we accomplished a lot at this appointment. One thing extra I got out of it that I didn't really expect to, but I am happy about, is that we're going to switch my feeding tube formula. My GI wanted me to wait to see the dietitian, but since my medical team, they communicate with each other, we've decided that I shouldn't wait until then, because obviously the current one isn't working and I'm losing weight. And so we want to give me an alternative to hopefully allow me to get to my goal rate and get all the nutrition I need. So we're going for one called Cape Farms. It is all organic, wholesome ingredients, no preservatives. It's gluten-free and dairy-free. I am not gluten-free and dairy-free, but since my formula makes up 90% of my nutrition, we want it to be as good for me as possible. So I'm looking forward to the switch. We got to see if insurance covers it, but pretty optimistic. I'll probably still see the dietitian if insurance covers that visit, but insurance may not even cover the dietitian. So that's another reason we decided to switch my formula now instead of waiting to find out I can't see the dietitian. Then we've wasted time where I could have been trying a new formula to better all of my GI issues. And of course, we talked about IVIG. Now, a lot of y'all have brought up the fact that I could try subcutaneous IG, which seems to have less side effects. But one reason we're not doing that is because we want IVIG to benefit as much for me as possible, and one of them is my POTS. And we really need the intravenous immunoglobulin because it goes into my bloodstream to expand the blood volume. And from what we've learned about it, intravenous immunoglobulin should last longer in expanding my blood volume than my 3 times a week infusions. And also with my skin issues from my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, I probably wouldn't absorb subcutaneous very well at all. So that is why we're trying to stick with IV if at all possible. But to try and prevent what happened last time and more possible side effects, we've decided to add in a new pre-med, an IV steroid. So now I'm gonna have an IV steroid, IV Benadryl beforehand, IV Toradol if needed in case I get a migraine, IV Zofran if needed in case I get nausea, and then the fluids before and after. We're also gonna make my max flow speed 50 milliliters an hour because the slower it is, the less likely you are to get side effects. And we've cut my dose in half again. My original dose was supposed to be 20 grams. Last time we did 10 grams. Now we're gonna do 5 grams just to introduce it to my system as slowly as possible. And that's the thing with IVIG though, you know, it's a slow start. Apparently a lot of people stop doing this treatment because they get really brutal side effects in the beginning and you don't really see results for a few months and up to a year after you start doing the infusions. My doctor said I really need to get through 8 successful infusions to see how it's gonna help me. So I'm determined to stick with it, you know. You might call my mom crazy, I'm not sure, but she says that she's noticed I'm stronger and walking better since my IVIG infusion. I still need the walker, I still can't really walk independently, but she says she's noticed at least a subtle improvement, so maybe it's the IVIG. I mean, it's early, so there's not really a way to tell, but I am determined to stick with it. My next infusion is on the 15th of September, so I'm just gonna be praying until then, and I'm happy with our new and improved IVIG game plan. Harlow, you ready for the eclipse? We're just waiting. All right, Harlow, can you get the blanket? Harlow, get the blanket. Why do I have to tell you twice? The first time she's looking at me like, are you sure? You sure? Thank you, Harlow, you're so helpful. The best dog ever. That does not look like an eclipse to me. In Illinois, the eclipse is happening now. I'm watching it on the news, so maybe we'll just have to wait longer. Well, my mom and I were here waiting for the solar eclipse.
That never happened.
Well, it may not have happened in Florida yet. Yeah, it's been bright and sunny. But I have an appointment at the DMV. My dad brought the paperwork to switch the title to my name because he bought it for me as a gift when I turned 18, which was really nice, our RAV4. But now it's time to put the title in my name and stuff, so we're gonna go do that, and I guess be on the lookout for the eclipse. There's all these people downtown with the glasses to see the eclipse, but nothing's happening, and it's 2:50, so no eclipse in Florida.
Not eclipse in Florida, it's bright.
At least not in Tampa Bay. I don't know.
The Tampa Bay area.
Maybe later.
Really bright. No, it's supposed 1 to 3, and it's already 2:51.
Oh well. That's okay. I saw it on TV, it looked pretty cool. Oh, Mom, do you want to tell them how you think I'm improving from the IVIG?
Yes, I was telling Jacqueline that I think she is improving. Like today, she got in the car by herself, which is amazing because normally she sends me out. But today, she opened the door of the house and walked into the car, got the dog in and got herself in with no help of anybody, which is, you know,
that's true.
It is surprising because normally she wants me to have around and she has problems getting in the car, but not today. So I really think that IVIG is really helping her out.
And we mentioned that maybe we couldn't see effects right away because maybe it takes time to work, but also because I was in a lot of pain the few days following it. That's true. Usually I need help getting into the car and getting Harlow in. I mean, I used my walker to get to the car, but I like got Harlow in and then I got myself in. We almost forgot the walker again, but you're right.
We need a walker to walk behind us that says, hey, wait for me.
But I think I am improving. My doctor said that I'll see improvements in my POTS quicker than in other areas, like with my immune system. So I mean, it is early to tell. It may not be the IVIG, but it might be. So that to me is already worth pursuing it further. Well, I couldn't transfer the title because there's a few things I got to sort out first. So just got that done. No big deal. But we also had no eclipse. It is 3:30 and it did not get dark or anything. So I guess in our area of Florida, we didn't really see it, but that's okay. We saw it in the news and that was pretty cool. So I have made Judd another easy dinner from when he gets home from his shift. He just got to put the asparagus on the tray and the chicken that is marinating on the tray, obviously not in the Ziploc baggies, and he's got his instructions there. And he'll also have some mac and cheese on the side. You know, when you come home at like 3 in the morning from a 12-hour shift, he's generally pretty exhausted, but he doesn't like the taste of leftover chicken. I think I've discussed this before. So anyways, I do what he prefers and leave him meals that are prepped and just ready to bake. And he said the last time I did this, he really enjoyed it. So we found a system that works to give him food and keep him well fed on his weird shifts. I have not been able to eat orally today. I mean, obviously I'm eating with my feeding tube, but then I got home and I felt like there was a lot of pressure in my stomach, so I vented again and it helped with the pressure, and now I don't experience hunger. I know a lot of y'all ask me that. It's not because of the feeding tube, it's just because of my gastroparesis. My stomach doesn't digest enough to send the signal to my brain that I'm hungry, so I haven't experienced hunger in many months. I do sometimes get thirsty and I'm able to do like 2 glasses of water a day, but it's not a lot, which is why I get infusions and feeding tube formula and stuff like that. But anyways, after I vented, I felt like, oh, okay, I could probably tolerate some food now. So I was gonna have some of the leftover barbecue chicken from yesterday, but as soon as I brought a piece up to my mouth, I was like, this is not gonna work, no. And my body is craving something else. It wants, I don't know, for some reason I feel like I can do dinosaur chicken nuggets, but not this barbecue chicken. Maybe because it's been sitting like in the steak sauce and I cannot do steak anymore and my brain smells the steak and it's just like, don't do it. So I don't know, I will try some dino nuggets instead for dinner. So I don't know if y'all remember the adventure where Judd and I went to get these, but we used to eat them all the time. I ate them as a kid, he ate them as a kid, we ate them in high school, and we bought them just to have as an emergency reserve for him for when he comes home at like 3 in the morning. If I don't have anything ready, he can cook these quickly, but I'm craving them. My body's telling me that these are gonna taste really good and that it should settle well. You know, that's the thing with gastroparesis and I'm sure other GI disorders. What's a safe food one day could not be a safe food the next day. So I just really need to listen to my body on what I can try and eat. And the reason I do try to eat still is because if I don't, I could lose all function of my stomach. I have a little left. Plus, I enjoy the taste of food even though I don't get hungry. So I'm just gonna cook a few of these up and fingers crossed it'll go well. I have my feeding tube, which is already helping a lot with GI symptoms because I can vent and drain now. Well, it's been a few hours since I last picked up the camera. I had all of the nuggets like on the tray ready to bake them, and then I suddenly lost that feeling of, oh, I could try eating right now. So 3 hours later, here I am with my dinner. The feeling came back, so I'm super happy about that. I don't think I'll eat all of this, but the asparagus is nice. I took a little bit of Judd's asparagus, so.
Well, I'm waiting here to see what you're gonna eat, so I eat.
You're gonna eat the rest of it?
Yeah.
Okay, my mom will eat the rest of it. Well, that is it for our day. Good night, and thanks for joining us on our adventure.